Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a long time. I think it's been probably about like 2 months since I've made a video, and as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's gonna be a life update. So a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed, there's a lot going on, so I'm about to update y'all on what's going on. Yeah, so I actually made I'm on my bed, so let me get comfy. I actually made like a list of the things I wanted to talk about, so if you guys see me looking at my phone, that's why. Oh my gosh, I was at school and there was somebody going around like for like this Brazilian wax place or whatever. They were walking around and they were saying like, oh yeah, if you guys fill out like, I don't know, some information, you get entered into like some raffle to get like a gift card. And they were giving away like these little phone wallets, so this is super convenient. So I have like my student ID card in here, I have my card, like I have a whole bunch of stuff. Like it's just super convenient, don't have to dig in my bag for my wallet. I'm happy. So anyways, the first thing, I moved. So before I was in South Florida, I was living with my parents, I was at home, and now I moved to Gainesville to go to the University of Florida. So I actually transferred over here, so I'm entering in as a junior. So that's super different, like, you know, obviously I've never lived anywhere else other than my house, other than my parents' house. So this is definitely a big adjustment, a big change, you know. Like from where I lived, Gainesville is about like almost 5 hours, like 4 hours and 40 minutes from my house. 4 hours and 40 minutes from my house, so it is a little bop and a 75 hop. Like if I'm trying to get home, I have, like, it is a whole mission. Like for my family to come up, it's a whole mission, so it's really different. Yeah, it's really different. Like when my parents came, well, when I first came up here, like my mom came with me. And then maybe like 2 days later, my dad came and like brought the rest of my stuff. So literally, like my dad came, he came that day in the morning, and he got here maybe like around like 10, 11, and he was gonna leave at 5 because he had to go back because like I think the next day he had to work or something like that. So literally, like when my parents said like they were leaving at 5 that day, like I don't even know, like I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, my parents are really about to leave me. I'm really about to be alone. Like this is real life. Like I don't know, I started to get really emotional. Like we went out to eat and I low-key like shed a few tears or whatever, so I was looking hella emotional, but you know, totally fine. Yeah, so that was a lot. But you know, now like it's been about a week or so, and I don't know, it feels weird because like it's been a week, but at the same time I feel like it has been, I don't even know, like I just feel like it's been a while. Like I was texting my friend today and I'm like, girl, like I cannot even believe that it's only been a week. Like I feel like it's been, I don't even know, since I've been home. Like I feel like I've missed so much already. I feel like I haven't seen my friends in forever. Like it's weird. I don't feel like I haven't seen my parents though, because literally I FaceTime my mom every day. So I don't even think that she has time to miss me because of how much I've been calling her. Yeah, I don't even think she can miss me because of how much I've been calling her, but yeah. So I live in an apartment. I live off campus. It's probably like 10 minutes away from the school. And I have 2 roommates. So one of my roommates is Roseli. And then I have another roommate that like I don't know her. Like we just met now. We got paired together, whatever. Yeah, I don't really see her that much because she's not, I don't know, just since she's been here and I've been here, like we don't really like cross paths that often. I guess we have different schedules. So that's fine. Everything's been pretty cool having a roommate. Like I said, I don't really see her, so it's whatever. But yeah, me and Roseli are together literally like all the time. And I'm the type of person, like low-key, for me, I really like regain my energy by being alone. And sometimes like when I'm around people a lot, I just get really irritable. Like I just need to be by myself. So I feel like that's something that like an area that I'm growing in, because obviously like when I get irritable, like I'm not really the nicest person. So I feel like that's something that I'm trying to work on. Like, you know, like when I'm irritable and like when I need to be by myself, just still being like, you know, calm, trying to be patient, but still like making sure that I get that time to myself so that I can like, you know, like reboot, refunction, like re-energize and be able to, you know, be a productive member of society again. So that's that. So yeah, so I moved to Gainesville to go to UF. I have 2 roommates, and yeah, I just feel like it's been a while since I left, but you know, I feel like right now like I'm kind of used to it. Like it's different, obviously, like, you know, even though pretty much when I was home I kind of like would go and come like as I please. Obviously like I would still like let my parents know like if they asked me where I was and stuff like that, but for the most part it's not like, you know, my parents were like super strict about me going out or like, you know, like if I was, you know, just doing anything. But it's just different knowing that like literally like there are no parents, there are no adults, it's no nothing. Like it's literally just me and Roselli, and like just me going to school and kind of just me really being responsible for myself and making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do. So that's kind of it, like in regards to that. If you guys want to know anything else, like you guys can ask me questions later on. Maybe like I'll do like another update, see how everything's going, see how see how I'm adjusting and all that good stuff. So other than that, the next thing I wanted to talk about is finding a new church. So when I was home, obviously I was going to church. I was going to a Hispanic church called Segadores de Vida. Literally, like, love that place. If you guys are in like the South Florida area and you guys don't have a church, I definitely suggest checking that church out. But yeah, so I was a part of that church. I was super involved. Like, you know, I was super involved with like the youth ministry. Like I had like my own home group and all this different stuff. Like, you know, I was really like, I feel like that place, that church is a big part of like, you know, my walk with God and the relationship that I have with God, and just like, you know, just the growth in my relationship with Him. So I feel like that was something really hard when it was time for me to leave, because I really felt like I was leaving my comfort zone. I was leaving what I knew. I was leaving, you know, like my friends. I was leaving, you know, just the comfort of being there. And I feel like that was really hard, you know, something that like I really, like I prayed a lot about, and I really felt like, God, like, are you sure that this is the time for me to leave? Like, are you sure that you're opening this door? Like, I don't want to walk through any door that you don't open for me. And you know, when I ended up getting accepted to school, I'm like, wow, like, God, like, you're really saying yes. And even just like leading up to that, like, you know, I just felt like a lot of mixed feelings. Obviously I was excited, but it was kind of bittersweet, obviously, to, you know, be leaving my home, be leaving my comfort, be leaving my home, to be leaving my home church, and to be leaving my friends and all of this stuff. But you know, one thing that I realized, and one thing that I'm also still learning, is that you can't just get so comfortable with being comfortable. You know, something that I pray is that, God, allow me to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And this is something that's uncomfortable, you know, having to be away from my family, having to be away from my friends, having to be away from my church, and kind of starting over in a way. It's hard, but you know, if you don't ever go through those hard things in your life, then you're never gonna grow. So currently I'm trying to find a new church, like, you know, trying to get connected again. At first we went to visit this one church, and I liked it. It was cool. It was like its own church. Like, it's like a mega church around here, like in this area. But we also went to the student ministry like on campus type of church, which I really liked. So I think I'm more so going towards like the path of doing like a student ministry, like an on campus church, just because I feel like I want something smaller. I want something like, you know, just with a lot of young people, with a lot of youth, like with a lot of like college aged people, because I'm really like, you know, trying to connect, trying to make friends with those people, and kind of just be in a setting that's a little more intimate. Like, my church was really big, even though like the youth, like, you know, once you like start serving and you get to know people, it seems small, but obviously like just the church in general was really big. So I feel like now I kind of want something like a little more intimate, like something that's on campus, something with people around my age, and just stuff like that. So that's currently like in terms of that, what's going on there, you know, just visiting different like ministries on campus and stuff like that. Like, they have a lot of them. So, you know, right now, like, me and Roselli, we're both just visiting them and seeing what's up and seeing what's cool and all that good stuff. And then oh yeah, so now when I was back home, I never cooked. Like, if I cooked, it was like, I don't even know, maybe like once in 3 months, like every like once in a blue moon. Like, me and cooking, like that just wasn't it. Like, that was not the wave, that was not what I did. Like, that was just not it. I actually, like, I know how to cook, like, and I've known how to cook for a while, but like 3 years ago, for those of you guys that don't know, 3 years ago, like, yeah, about 3 years ago, my parents bought a restaurant. So that was when I was like 15 years old. Yeah, I was like maybe like a week or 2 weeks before I turned 16. So ever since then, my parents have had a restaurant. So pretty much like from around that time, like, that's kind of when like I would start going to the restaurants. It was like literally like after a while, like whenever I was hungry, I would just go over there. And like, there was like different like stages. Like, sometimes I would be there like every day. There was like a time where like I would just go there when I was working. Like, I don't know, just, it was just different. But around that time, that's when I started making money, obviously. So when I started making money, it was either I was going to the restaurant to eat, or I was buying food. And like in my house, since like we had a restaurant, like my parents, they never really cooked, like we never really did any of that stuff. So it was very like, there were like times where like, I don't know, my mom would start cooking again, but for the most part nobody cooked, and everybody would just kind of like, you know, just eat on their own. So for like 3 years, literally like no cooking, none of that. Like I would just eat at the restaurant, or I would go out to eat. But obviously going out to eat is expensive, and now the restaurant is very far away. So now, like, you know, I've been cooking, like, I've been trying to, you know, just be mindful of, like, how much money I'm spending, and making sure that, like, you know, I'm not going out to eat so much. So that's been cool. Like, I feel like now that I'm, like, cooking for myself and, like, cooking the things that I like, it's been so much more enjoyable. Like, I've been working on, like, meal prepping and stuff like that. So, like, when I buy, like, let's say, like, my meat or whatever, like, pack it, like, putting it in, like, Ziploc bags, seasoning it, like, labeling what it is I want to do with it. So it makes it so much easier. Like, when I am ready to cook, like, it's kind of, like, a quicker process, and it's not like as drawn out and like as unenjoyable. So that's been fun. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which you should, you guys will see like literally like almost every day, everything that I eat, I've been putting it on Instagram. And like honestly, like my meals have been looking good, so you guys should go over there and look at my food highlight, which is literally my favorite thing ever. And yeah, that's the thing. So later on, maybe like once I'm like more used to like meal prepping and stuff like that, and like just cooking more things, maybe I'll like make some videos about that. Because it's actually been something that I've really been liking, and I would not mind at all like doing a cooking video. So you guys might want to stay tuned for that. And then lastly, where'd my list go? I think I just deleted it by accident. Okay. And then the last thing is just me making new friends. Obviously, like I came here with Roseli, which is literally like she's one of my closest friends. Like when we were back home, like we talked every day, like we would hang out all the time. So obviously like that's not something that's different. But just in terms like other than her, obviously like I ain't got no friends. Like none of my friends are here. Like there are a few people, like let's say that I went to a few people that I went to high school with, and a few people like that I went to middle school with that are actually at my school too. But for the most part, like close friends I don't have. So currently I'm just like in the process of, you know, just like trying to put myself out there, trying to get out of my comfort zone, trying to be a lot more friendly, just to make sure that, you know, like I don't just get lost in the sauce. Like obviously the school that I go to, it's a really big school. It's about like 55,000 people, 30,000 like undergraduate, and then like the other 25 is graduate school. But you know, like just trying to make sure that I'm like I get friends, I get involved, like, you know, I kind of like really feel a part of like, you know, the environment and about like the campus life. So I don't know, I feel like that's like really important, especially when you're moving away from home, because sometimes like, you know, if you don't have any friends, you're not involved in anything, you know, like you just get sad. And I don't want to get sad. I want to make sure that I have friends and I'm involved in things, and you know, I'm just leaving my mark where it is I feel like God has placed me right now. So far, like I've been meeting some people, like some really super cool people, like, you know, super genuine from what it seems, like super friendly. So that's been cool. So I'm just really you know, like putting myself out there, and like, you know, like hitting up people more, like, you know, being the one to like initiate plans or to initiate conversations. And even just like when I'm like, you know, out and about and around campus, like, you know, being friendly, or like, you know, just talking to people, asking people like for their number, for their Instagram, or for whatever the case may be. So yeah. So I feel like I kind of talked about a lot of different things, but they're all kind of like in the context of like me moving and me really just embarking on this new journey, on this new season, which I'm super excited about, but at the same time nervous. But you know, I do believe that God will never put me in a situation that I can't handle. So, you know, I'm just trusting in Him, and, you know, just being led by the Spirit in everything that I do, and just believing that this is going to be something great, this is going to be something fun, this is going to be something exciting. Like I'm going to learn a lot. Like I'm so excited, you know, to really like dive into my major, which is political science, by the way. Just like dive into my major, learn more about that, you know, like get involved in like, you know, like different organizations. Like I want to try to get into like the Black Honor Society and stuff like that. Just like really growing in every possible way, and really just being excellent in everything that I do, and just being a good steward of everything that, you know, God has been blessing me with. So this is a long, I mean, how long has it been? This has been like a kind of long video, but if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making your way back onto my channel. I know it's definitely been a while, but I was really just kind of feeling unmotivated and not really knowing what kind of content I was trying to put out there. But I feel like right now I'm kind of, you know, just feeling peace with the direction that I want to take my channel. So I just hope that you guys stick around. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye!